finding a German Heimat online. And I'll solve one question right now. Heimat means hometown in German. So because when I presented that at NGS a few years ago, people kept stopping by my conference table for the 2 days before the lecture was held. Now, what's a Heimat? So anyway, so yeah, that I'm excited to be coming in just a few months, you know, I'm glad you've started Zoom now. You'll be pioneers taking all the arrows now, and I'm sure we'll have an absolutely perfect day together on October 17th.
Thank you, Jim.
You're welcome, Howard.
Can you unmute me? Oops, I'm there. Thanks, Jim. I really appreciate you taking time from your schedule to join us today in Zoom, and it was great to listen to the topics that you're going to present to us, and we look forward to seeing you again in October. And best wishes to you, and stay healthy, and may we continue to Zoom on.
Zoom on for sure. Thank you.
So for everybody who's watching today, you got a little taste there of our seminar in October, and please go to our website. You will see Mr. Beidler's face right there on our homepage with all those topics that he just shared with you, what he'll be presenting. And come August 1st, you'll be able to register. We're going to open registration on August 1st. So thank you again, Jim, and we look forward to an exciting Saturday in October, where we're all Zooming together on German in Pennsylvania in newspapers. So thank you. You're all here today, I know, because of the tools of Windows 10 presentation that Howard's going to present. So I'm going to kind of introduce Howard a little bit here. He is the technology part of my marriage. I do the genealogy, and he keeps my computers running. And he is an independent computer consultant. He's taught computer classes for over 30 years and currently helps seniors with their computers and with computer applications. Howard has a Bachelor's of Science degree from Michigan State University, and he's taught biology and computers for 28 years at Bath Community Schools, where he also coached cross-country, basketball, track and field, and many probably don't know, his specialty was the pole vault. And so just recently, Howard's put on a new hat. He has volunteered to be the LGS Webmaster. And so that's a little bit about him. And due to popular demand, Howard's back here today to present tools of Windows 10. So Howard, it's your turn.
All right, can everybody hear me? This is my first Zoom presentation. So we'll see how the arrows go. It looks like we've got about 50 participants here today. We had 96 register. And this is going to be a PowerPoint presentation, but I'm going to be sharing the PowerPoint with you. I also posted some notes on the website called Tools for Windows 10 Tools and Maintenance. And so if you go to the LGS website, on the link for this presentation, at the very bottom, you can click on the link and download these notes if you want to use them and print them out in the future. All right, these are the topics that I'm going to cover. And these are the ones I think in Windows 10 are probably most relevant to you as a genealogist. First, we're going to talk about File Explorer. And File Explorer has a number of areas and tools that is helpful for you to organize your genealogical information. And those are how to create a new folder, how to rename it, how to search for files. And then to keep us abreast of meetings and activities that are going on, there's a section in Windows 10 called Sticky Notes, where you can actually put little digital sticky notes on your screen to help remind you about meetings and seminars and so on. Then we'll talk about how to create folders in Microsoft Edge. I've had a lot of genealogists ask me, how can I store some of these websites in special categories? And so that's saving some of these sites in folders on your browser, which is Microsoft Edge for Windows 10. Then we'll talk a little bit about the new item called Task View and your personal assistant, Cortana. The mail software. A lot of genealogists correspond by email and need to save some of those emails in folders, so I'll show you how to create folders. And then a little, just a short blip about Microsoft Office tools and the advantage of having those on your computer. And then I want to direct you to the settings area of your computer, which has taken the place of Control Panel, and show you how to do your updates and how to troubleshoot problems that you might have on your computer. And then I have a plug for 2 third-party pieces of software, CCleaner by Piriform and Malwarebytes.org. So that's what we're going to try and cover in the next hour. And then we'll have questions and answers after that. All right, File Explorer is the little folders, yellow folders at the bottom of the screen on the taskbar. And when you click on that, it opens up a window that looks like this. It probably won't have the title File Explorer is big and bold, but at the very top will be a bunch of tools that let you select something and then click on a tool to modify it. And then in the middle of the screen are the files and folders that are available in the particular folder that you've clicked on. And over on the left-hand side is a list of all the folders for storing things that's on your computer and on your Microsoft account called OneDrive, and any other extra drives that you might have plugged into your computer, like a portable hard drive or a thumb drive or something of that nature. Then I want to draw your attention to the little window that I put in the lower right-hand corner here. 2 classic Windows combination keys that come in real handy when selecting groups of files. And you can use it in combination with your mouse and some of the other keys. But the CTRL key, which is Control, can be used in combination with the left button on your mouse to randomly select files. Also, there is when you hover over a file, there's a little square in the upper left-hand corner that you can click in to select a file. But by holding down the Control key, you can select random files. They don't have to be in order or anything, but you can select random ones that you may want to move into a specific new folder that you're organizing. And then just above the Control key is the Shift key. I call this the sequential key. When you use the Shift key in combination with your left mouse button, you select the first file that you want in sequence, then hold down the Shift key and then the last one, and it grabs every file in between the first and the last one. You can also use the Shift key with the page down, with the end key. It'll get all of them all the way to the end. And these 2 keys are helpful when you're organizing files and want to move them from one place to another. So I just want to bring them to your attention. And try them out, okay? All right. First thing we're going to talk about is the how to create a new folder. And you'll see the new folder tool right in the middle of the toolbar there. Looks like a yellow folder. 2 ways to make a new folder. You can left click on the new folder button on the toolbar and then give it a name by typing and pressing the enter key. Now, I watch a lot of people do this, and when you first choose new folder, the word new folder is in blue. That means when you begin typing, it'll replace the word new folder with whatever you type. And you want to keep in mind when you give folders names that Microsoft Windows will automatically sort these alphabetically. So if there's a certain order that you want things to be in, you want to reflect that in the names of your folders. That way it kind of puts them in an order. The other way you can do it is the old traditional way, before there was a toolbar at the top. You just right-click on the folder that you want to, or right-click on an empty space, excuse me, and then choose New and then Folder from the menu, and then type in the name that you want for the folder and press Enter. All right. Right next to the new folder is a renaming tool. And sometimes when we get folders with names on them, maybe you've got one just called new folder and you need to give it a different name. You can choose the folder you want to rename and then hit rename, and it will turn whatever the name is blue, and then you can type on that highlighted space and then hit enter to give it the new name. And then you'll watch it moves automatically to a new space to be alphabetically organized. All right. Sometimes I have genealogists tell me, I know I saved it, but I just can't find it. And Windows has for searching for lost files. And one of them is in the upper right-hand corner of the screen, and it'll say to search for something in the particular folder that you're in. So if you clicked on Documents, it'll say Search Documents. And then you can type some part of the name of the file in that space, and it'll bring up all of the files with those letters in it so that you can find it. And then once you find it, there'll be a path name that tells you where it's located, and you want to see which folder inside of a folder that is so that you'll be able to find it in the future.
I can't. Can you go in the total presentation here?
It's here. They can't see
They're
it.
seeing this.
Oh. All right. I'm going to try and share something else here. Excuse me while we have a little technical issue. Is that better?
They keep seeing your next slide. That says you're not in presentation mode.
I am. This should be what's there now. All right, excuse me. We're talking about searching for lost files. So I'm going to stop this share for a moment and actually go to File Explorer and show you where to do that. Let's see. I want to share. What's that? All right. All right. Now I'm sharing what File Explorer looks like. And you'll notice up in and I'm on the Quick Access folder, which is things that you've used recently. And I'm going to switch to and you'll notice as soon as I type in Nancy, everything that's in my documents folder on OneDrive that has Nancy in it shows up over there. And then I can try to choose the one that I was looking for by clicking on it, and it'll take me right to it. Okay? So that's how you search for things in a specific folder, if you know what folder you put it in. However, down at the very bottom of the screen, on the taskbar, is a search window. And you'll see when I click on the search window, I hope everyone can see this. There's a space where you can type in something that you want to look for. And this will search your whole computer, the internet, your apps, all kinds of places. It takes a little longer. You'll get a lot more stuff because you're searching more places. But if you've completely lost it and you don't know what folder it's in, if you type which part of what you're looking for down there in that search window and then hit enter, it'll pop up and you can choose which one you want. All right. So that's, I need to go back and share the PowerPoint. And we're going to go to sticky notes. We're going to leave File Explorer now. And sticky notes is a tool for organizing your tasks that you want to get done, kind of as a reminder. And if you click on the Windows button and scroll down through all the apps, sticky notes is down in the S area because they're alphabetically arranged. And then when you click on it, to create a sticky note, you click on the plus sign and then type what you want to be reminded of. So you see the little yellow sticky note I have in the bottom of the screen. I have Windows 10 Tools and Maintenance for June 23rd at 1 o'clock to remind me. All right, so that's kind of how you use the sticky notes. I'm going to stop the share and show you how to find that. I'm going to go to the Windows button. Let's see, I may need to share this screen. That's not the one I wanted. Okay. So I click on the Windows button, and then I scroll down to the S's, and sticky notes is the yellow and black icon. And when I click on it, it pops up with my sticky notes. And if I hit plus, I can create a new one. Zoom videos to learn more about Zoom. Or something that just to remind me to get better at. What? You don't see that?
I don't see any of that other stuff on the screen.
The screen? Yeah. So there's what a sticky note will look like for you. All right, I'm going to try and get back to my PowerPoint presentation now. Let's see. All right, can everyone see this screen, I hope? All right. Microsoft Edge favorites. When you're using a browser, that's something that searches out on the internet for different websites. Microsoft Windows 10 has the browser called Edge. And it's similar to Chrome, but it calls the websites that you save favorites, where Chrome calls them bookmarks. Now, it saves them in a location called favorites, and you can add folders to that to organize those favorites by clicking on the little rectangle in favorites with a plus on it. You can see here this little window that I put in. And then it makes folders that you can drag websites into and drop them into those folders. So I'm going to try and go to Edge and share that with you by stopping this share. And then, let's see, sharing my screen. Oh. Let's see, having a little challenge here. All right, Edge is the blue E. Okay, and you see up here is the favorites bar. Up here in the address bar, there is a star at the end of it. When you click on the star, it'll add whatever site you're on to your favorites. And then to the right of that is a star with 3 lines, and that is all the favorites that you've saved. So if I click on that, it opens up all your favorites, and you see a little square there with a plus, and it's called Create a New Folder. And when you click on it, you can give that new folder a name, maybe your surname you're searching for. I'll just put Roberson, and then hit enter. And then you can drag and drop things into that Roberson folder so that you can organize them, because you get an awful lot of folders or websites listed that makes it hard for you to find after you get too many. Okay, so that's how you create a folder in your browser. All right, next. I'm going to share the PowerPoint again. All right, I hope we're back to the PowerPoint. Good. Task View and Cortana are 2 new things that are in Windows 10 that didn't used to be in Windows 7 or earlier versions. And the task view is a little multi-rectangular icon on the taskbar close to the search window. And it allows you to see all the windows that you have open at one time, so you can switch from one to the other very quickly. And it comes in handy when we're doing presentations like this and you have several windows open, or when I watch Nancy do genealogy, she has like 7 or 8 windows open and she's jumping from place to place. So it helps to get from one to the other without having to minimize and bring something back up to the top. So you just click on it and it shows you all the little thumbnails of things you have open. And it also shows you below that a history of all the places that you've been in the past, which if you want to go back to something you were doing yesterday and you don't want to type it in and search for it, you can look in task view and go to that website directly. Now, Cortana is also another useful thing that a lot of us haven't gotten used to yet, but you can literally ask Cortana, who is your personal assistant, just like Apple's Siri or Amazon's Alexa, to open things for you, or to go find things on the web, or to look for restaurants close by where your computer's located. And she'll bring those up. Now, at first, she has to get used to your voice, but the more you use her, the better she gets at understanding the way you pronounce things, and the better Cortana will assist you. All right, so I'm going to try to go there and show you where those are at. If you look down on the taskbar, right next to the search window, and hover over that little multi-rectangle, I'll click on it and you see all these different things that I had open, and I can switch from one to the other rather quickly by clicking on that task view. And then next to the task view is a little circle, which is Cortana. And if you click on it, a little window pops up. And well, normally there's a little blue circle that pops up. And since my computer just got updated, she's wanting me to sign in again. Sorry for the slight delay. All right. All right. So there's a space where you can type if you don't want to ask. But there's also a little microphone to the right. And if you click on it, you can ask her to do things. I'm going to ask her to open Control Panel. She says she can't find it at this time. Normally, she will work, but we've had a little technical glitch right now. And because I've just updated to the newest version of Windows 10, and it wants me to sign in. So we'll move on. Sorry about that. All right, the email software that comes with Windows 10 was called Outlook.com, but that's been changed to just Mail. And it's in the All Apps area called M, in the M's. And to create new folders, you need to click on the folders word in the left-hand column, and then click on plus to create a new folder. Now, a lot of people get emails from genealogical inquiries, and they want to save it in a specific place. And so creating those folders to save those emails into helps you organize them so that you can find them and they're not just lost in all the junk and spam that you get every day in your normal mail. But you might give it a special name like a surname that it belongs to. But keep in mind that these folders will be arranged alphabetically. Now, the snipping tool is another tool that genealogists need to use, and it allows you to capture whatever you see on the screen. It might be a photograph, it might be a census record, but the snipping tool is in the S's in all programs, and if you click on it, there's a little spot in the upper left-hand corner called New, and when you click on New, your screen turns a little bit gray, and then you click somewhere in the upper right-hand corner that you want to clip, and then drag it down to the lower left-hand corner, or any corner, doesn't matter, but you just drag diagonally across and it puts a box around it. And when you let up on your left button, it just grabs that as a JPEG, which is a photograph. And then you can save that into a folder so that you can use it later on. Another thing in the Windows accessories area is a tool called Paint. And this is a graphics tool that you can use to repair old photographs. You'd have to scan them, but a lot of times some of your old photographs have scratches, and those scratches can be removed with this Paint program. Now it takes a little practice to get used to zooming in and using the tools and picking the right colors, but you can actually get rid of those scratches and make a picture look much, much newer. Just below the Windows accessories is a tool called Disk Cleanup. And this is like your vacuum sweeper at home. Disk Cleanup removes a lot of files that you didn't store but were saved on your computer when you go to different websites. And it's something that you should do once a week to keep your computer clean and running fast. I mean, people call me all the time and say, my computer's just getting slow. And I said, well, run Disk Cleanup. And then they said, well, I don't know where it is. Well, it's under the Windows Administrative Tools. So I'm going to try and go there and show you where these things are at. Stop share. And then if you click on the Windows button in the lower left-hand corner, and then scroll down to Windows Administrative Tools, there's an app called Disk Cleanup. And this does a scan of your whole computer when you click on OK, and it tells you all the files that can be removed. I can't see that. All right, they can't see this.
They couldn't see when you went to Balance Board to get this cleanup.
Oh, okay. All right, we'll go back to my PowerPoint. Just a couple more things. All right, Microsoft Office tools. Microsoft has had a product called Office for a long, long time, which is usually Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Publisher. And it was a rather expensive program so that you could use all those tools. but they've remarketed it. And it's now called Microsoft 365. Now you can buy the tools individually for like $140 a piece, or you can lease it. You can lease Microsoft 365 for $69 a year for one machine, or $99 a year for up to 6 machines. And along with that, you get all of their Office tools, plus you get a terabyte of storage on your Microsoft account instead of the 5 gigs or 15 gigs that you get when you purchase Windows or a computer with Windows. And this is really a valuable asset because you can back up all of your files and things to your Microsoft OneDrive space, and or in the setup, set it up so that they're saved both to your OneDrive space and your computer. And this protects all of your genealogical research so that if your computer dies, you don't lose everything. It's on your Microsoft account. And I'm really highly recommend these Office tools for working with your Microsoft account and OneDrive. And that's something new really on Windows 10 that a lot of people really haven't taken advantage of. Now the fourth one that I have down here is called OneNote, and a lot of people don't know what OneNote is, but you all remember the 3-ring binder system that you used to use to put information in. Well, OneNote is just a 3-ring binder, but it's a digital 3-ring binder. And it will search for things and find things in your OneNote just by typing in a few letters or the name of a particular item that you're looking for. And it's a very, very helpful tool for you to learn how to use. And for those of you who are interested in how to use OneNote for genealogy, I put a little suggestion down here on YouTube. You don't have to remember this whole number here, but if you just go to YouTube, which is in Google, and type in OneNote for genealogist, it will show you a little video presentation on how to use OneNote and how to use it for genealogy, which is extremely helpful. All right, how to maintain your computer so it runs the way it was when you bought it. The new area for maintaining your computer is in an area called settings. And most of the tools and things you need to use are located there. Now you might buy new things like a printer or a mouse and those kinds of things, and you can add them to your computer system in settings. If you click on the Windows button and click on the gear, that is settings. And the other way is to go to the little notification square in the right-hand corner, and when you click on it, there's an area or a button called All Settings. That'll take you to the same place. And settings is divided into 14 areas to help you find what you need to update and repair your computer. The last one is the one I want to talk about to you because it's called Update and Security. And this is an area that'll do troubleshooting and can reset your computer to its original settings if you're having serious problems without, you got to make the right choice, but without destroying all the files that you've saved on your computer. So that's why I say be careful you don't choose the option to erase all your files. But it is real helpful to get your machine running like new again. And then the last plug I have really is about two products that I think are extremely useful in today's world. First one is CCleaner. It's a highly recommended tool to clean your computer and to clean your computer's registry, which is an area you never go to and you should never go to. But this program will clean a lot of junk that is accumulated from old things and old operating systems from Windows 10. And it makes your computer run fast like it was new again. And the second one in our world of tech cyber wars is this malwarebytes.org, which is a virus searching and removal tool. It is one of the most effective at this time. I even think it's better than Norton, Kaspersky, or McAfee. It's only $39 a year, but it can be downloaded on a trial basis to search and remove viruses that are on your computer. And even when Norton or McAfee says there's none detected, Malwarebytes is able to detect things, because I firmly believe that when Trojan viruses come into your computer, they block your security software so that they can carry on their activity without being seen. I don't know how they do that, but I've seen it again and again and again where Norton says it's fine and there be 100 and some intrusions or viruses on their machine that's messing with them. So I highly recommend Malwarebytes. All right, that's it for the PowerPoint. Now, if you have any questions, I'm going to stop the share and get back to some of the chat questions.
Howard?
Yes.
This is Martha Barrett.
Yes.
Yeah, and you had, I got in late, and you had a website that we can go on to for disk cleanup. And I didn't catch that.
It's not, well, there's the CCleaner tool that you can download, but there's also in Windows 10 under Windows Accessories in the app area, disk cleanup. That will clean a lot of the old files and stuff off your computer that you don't need on there. And
good. Okay.
It isn't anything that you've saved. It's just the way Windows works. It saves an image of every website that you go to in the temporary folders, and so those build up time. And disk cleanup will clean those off. But I highly recommend CCleaner. You can use it for free, and it also cleans the registry. So those two are the way to keep your computer clean and running well.
Okay, thank you.
Other questions?
Howard,
Yes,
can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, not that you need to see me, but my computer says that you have blocked my video.
Right. I blocked it because there were some registrants, and there are just too many videos, and
Okay.
but I can hear you.
Okay. I gather from what you just said that the Windows Disk Cleaner is, in effect, a companion, shall we say, to the CCleaner.
Well, it's a companion to Windows 10. Disk Cleaner is part of Windows 10.
Okay, well, but my point is, the Disk Cleaner, does the Disk Cleaner perform the same functions that the CCleaner does?
It does. No, it doesn't do the registry cleaning.
No, I understand it doesn't do the register, but as far as the other part. If you have CCleaner, you probably wouldn't be using the disk cleaner.
I use them both. There's an area that Disk Cleaner cleans that CCleaner doesn't.
Oh, okay, that's what I'm trying to find out. Okay.
Yeah.
So they
It cleans
complement.
up-
They complement each other.
Yes, they do.
Okay.
And CCleaner doesn't clean off the old system files. So right now we're on like version 7 of Windows 10. And all the old versions are still on your computer if you've never cleaned them off. But Disk Cleaner
Okay.
off all those old system files and
Okay.
free up a lot of gigs of space.
Okay. One other quick question. Would you consider making your PowerPoint available? I think you're recording this, aren't you? Is it going to be on the
Phil-
website?
Phil is recording it. I'm not sure how we're going to use it. It depends on the size and how we can get it shrunk down to get it be able to be uploaded in the future.
Right, but would you consider making your outline available?
Oh, the outline is available. You
Okay,
can go to the Louisville Genealogy website, which is kylgs.org, and look at the Windows 10 presentation information. And at the very bottom of that information is a link that'll let you download the outline with all the information.
well, the outline only contains, particularly as far as the first portion, only contains very abbreviated information. It doesn't have.
Yes. Yeah, it is an outline.
But I'm talking about the expanded PowerPoint. Will that be?
I haven't, if we record this and post it, it would be available.
Yeah. Well, anyway, okay. I took notes, but I couldn't follow everything you said. Okay.
Yeah, and this is my first Zoom presentation, so leaving the PowerPoint and going onto the screen is a challenge in this media.
But you might consider posting your PowerPoint. I think it would be very, very valuable.
All
But
right,
anyway,
all right, consider that.
Okay.
I'm looking at some of the other questions. Maureen, are you there? Maureen asked, is there a problem installing more than one virus protection program? I'm thinking she's meaning security software. And there can be. You should only run one security program. So if you're going to run Malwarebytes, don't run Norton and so forth. Windows 10 has a security software built in called Defender. And when you purchase the premium version of Malwarebytes for $39, it'll sometimes turn Defender off. And the problem is that it's being doubly screened and it slows your machine down considerably. So I wouldn't recommend running 2. All right. Let's see, another question. Pat Meyer asked, should you set a restore point fairly often, which saves what is on your computer in case of failure? When you make changes to your computer, restore points are often automatically set. So you can refer back to that point. So if you load a new piece of software on, it usually sets a restore point. And then you can, if you have trouble with that particular piece of software affecting your computer, you can go back to the way things were at the previous restore point. And yes, make sure that you can use those restore points if you need to reset your computer to a previous date. All right. Someone says they don't like Edge, and that's fine. It depends on, I usually have 2 or 3 browsers on my computer at the same time. In case one gets hacked, I can use the other one to try to fix it. But I tend to use Edge and Google Chrome. Some people like some of the others. My students used to use one, I think it was called something dog, and then there's lots of browsers out there, so use whichever one you like. But my talk today was about Windows 10, and so I talked about the browser that was available on Windows 10.
What about CCleaner's browser?
I don't use that. It's a screening type of thing that tries to screen stuff you don't want. But you know, if you like it, that's fine. I haven't used it.
Does Outlook really duplicate the Gmail?
Outlook.com. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, right.
There is a product in Windows or Microsoft 365 called Outlook, which is the large software for handling email. But that's, you know, you have to buy that. The one that's on Windows 10 was called Outlook.com. Now it's called just Mail. And you can set up whatever kind of mail that you've got, whether it's AOL, Gmail, bellsouth.net, or whatever. You can set those accounts up, and what it does is it downloads your webmail onto your computer regularly, and that way you can see it on your computer. Some people like to do that because they can create folders and everything and save things in it. Some people just rather go on the browser and go to their post office, that's what I call it, where their mail is located and there. So it's a personal preference. But when I talk about Windows 10, I wanted to tell you about the mail program that was in Windows 10. Mel, you have a question?
With your full commitment to Microsoft, do you ever have anything on Chrome that you have to or want to go to use, or anything on any Apple application or other kind of source?
Well, I'm not fully committed to Microsoft, but my talk was about Windows 10, which is what comes on your machines. And so that's what we focused on today. But I use Google Chrome browser and Google search engine all the time. Sometimes it's a little slower than Edge, but you know, it does the same kind of things. They all save your history and searches and everything on their websites, and you have to go in and onto your accounts and clean those out once in a while, unless you want all that stuff building up. But that's, you know, not a Windows 10 function so much as it is part of your Microsoft account if you're using Edge. But on Chrome, that's another Google thing. That answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
All right. Any other questions? Not sure how many we have left, but
Howard?
yes.
I'm Karen Tyrer, and I am just new to Windows 10, just bought a new laptop, and I had downloaded all of my Family Tree Maker files off of my old laptop onto an external hard drive. I was trying to go ahead and put them into this computer, and I became very frustrated yesterday, as it seemed like I didn't know. I thought it was just going into like on my other computers into a general area where it would be Family Tree Maker, and all of a sudden it comes up and tells me it's been putting them into OneNote, and my OneNote is all full. How do I get them out of that OneNote and somewhere else?
Well, when you're using genealogy software like Family Tree Maker or Brothers Keeper or Legacy, or there's a lot of different ones, but when those are all databases, and it saves all your data in specific files. You don't need to know what those are, but when you go up to File, there's usually an area called Backup. And then there's another category called Restore. So when you're wanting to transfer files from one computer to another, you want to make a backup of your data. And then when you put the software on your new computer, you want to choose Restore, and then wherever you backed it up to, if it's on your hard drive, you can look on that drive letter in the folder that you put it in, and then restore it from that location. And then it'll put all that data back into on the new computer.
Okay, so
It's backup and restore that you have to use there.
okay, I guess what I'm trying to decide whether do I delete it all off of OneNote and start over?
You can do that.
Okay.
If that's what you want to do, if it put it all in. But then OneNote, you can search for things real easy in this little search window. But
it's telling me that I need to buy more space in OneNote because I guess my files are so big, so.
I think you're talking about OneDrive.
Oh, maybe I'm talking about OneDrive. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
You're right. I'm talking about OneDrive.
OneDrive is part of your Microsoft account where things are stored, and that's why I was talking earlier. If you lease Office 365, or it's now called Microsoft 365, it gives you 1 terabyte of storage space.
I do have that, yes.
Then you have 1,000 billions of storage under that, and I would find it hard to believe that you filled it all up. We back up 4 machines to our terabyte and don't run out of space. So maybe, maybe you have to purchase and actually download Microsoft 365 onto your machine. Your machine comes with a introductory offer about Microsoft 365, but until you actually purchase it for the $69 or the $99 version and download it onto your machine, that terabyte is not active.
Okay. Well, I do have it on there. I know I've purchased it, but I really haven't had time to open it yet. So maybe that's the problem. So
yeah,
I will give that a try.
You click on OneDrive and look at what you have stored on there.
Okay, thanks a lot.
All right. Any other questions? All right. Well, if there are no other questions, I think we can end this meeting, and I appreciate you all attending, and I'm sorry about some of the technical glitches that we had. This is the first time that I've done a presentation like this, and even as familiar with computers as I am, each new tool is a challenge for a little while, but we're going to get better at this.